class. And as I'll be coding, if you have a question, you are allowed to ask. So let me start. This is the file that we have been working with. If I'm not wrong, yeah, it is this one. The folder, not the file. So let me start VS Code, and I will call today. Yeah, leo nitaita
I'm not seeing your screen.
oh, I'm not sharing.
You share.
Paul, I forgot to share the screen. Thank you for that. I forgot to share the screen. There we are. Now you can see it. Derek, are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so let me proceed. Let me proceed. I want to admit somebody who is in the lobby. Let me add them. Like that. And let me proceed. So I will give it a name of listing. So today it will be a comprehensive one. It will contain all whatever you have been working with since. So it is a major lesson. It will cover everything at once. Then we can discuss. I will take you through it so that you see what I'm doing. So I will start as I always start. We always start with ever since. We always start with a variable. And the same thing I will start with a variable name, and I will call it Rx. I hope there is nobody with the name Rx here. That's why I've used the name Rx. I'll use age. I'll give the age 25. I will have budget. And I will give it a float. The budget that today we are not going to work with a lot of money. Knowing the economy with Kasongo nowadays, sitaweka budget kubwa, nitaweka huko na budget ya 45 shillings and 75 cents. That is a fraud. That budget can make you do your shopping as you wish. Then you'll have a shopping list. The shopping list as we did yesterday. Shopping list. Remember this? Tulifanya hii jana. Somebody want to be admitted, let me admit them. Just a moment. Mimi natakanga watu wakuje mapema. Oh, Sopoyan. There we have it. Let me proceed. I will have bread. Watu wanapenda chakula sana. Derek. People like eating. I'll have another milk. Then the last one is eggs. Eggs like that. Then after that, I will define my own function. We said when you're defining a function, we use def, and today we call check budget. Hii itakuwa na check budget. And this check budget will have arguments or parameter. I will pass some parameters there. The first parameter will be money, because that is what we are dealing with. Then the next one is a list of item. I'll call it item list. Let me call it item list. And remember, this one is a block, we expect to have a comma like that. Then after that, I will start an if function, if statement. The if statement will be checking money. We'll be checking money that we have. If money, kama pesa yetu ni mingi kuliko 30 shillings, if it is more than 30 shillings, like that, then I will print. Uko na pesa mzuri ya kukula sapa ya leo. You have enough budget. You have enough budget, like that. Blah blah. That one does not matter. You have enough budget. Then after that, I will list the items and append. Item list dot append. The word append simply means adding. I'll add another item that it was not in our list there, up there. And the item that you're going to add today, I'll call it juice. Because of jua, unajua sana. Watu watumie maji sana. Then I'll use else. We will use else. Like that. And remember this indentation must be very clear. Unaona hiyo kuna hata kitu inaonyesha hapa inaenda chini hapa because of indentation. It's very, very important to have it. Then I'll also do another print. And say your budget is tight. Your budget is tight. Unapata kama majina kama haya is tight. Is tight today. Like that and like that. Then I return these items. I return this item list. Return.
Mwalimu.
Yes.
Naomba nani azime mic ama hata anaenda. Anaenda.
Come again. Nani azime mic?
Kuna mwenye alikuwa anapiga kelele hapa ameenda.
Ameenda. Sawa, poreni, wacha tuendelee, tunaweza endelea. I can proceed now, Bet. Sindio?
Yes, you can proceed.
Thank you. So, I was talking about returning item list, and I have done that. Then, after we return item list, we are going to print. And I want us to print the shopping list. So I'd say shopping list for our name. The name of the person is who? Alex. So this is a shopping list for Alex. Yeah? Then I'll also say print age, and the age for Alex is what? Is 25, comma. Then I call the variable age like that. Then after age, I want to print the budget now. Print like that. Like that. I say budget. I want to admit somebody there. Let me finish, then I'll admit him or her. Shillings. Like that, comma. Then we call our variable which is the variable budget. Let me admit somebody here very quickly because of time. Yeah, here you have it. We can proceed. We can proceed. I will explain everything after point after point. After I'm done coding, I'm almost done with it. So the last one is to update the list. Update. I will update the list like that and say checked budget. Checked budget, you remember it? It is up there. Equals budget shopping list. Equals budget shopping list, as you can see it. And the last thing to do is to print the updated shopping list. We come up with updated shopping list. This is a list ukifanya leo unakula vizuri, utalala ja. Then let's call our variable. Our variable is what? Updated list underscore list, like that. Yeah, it is done. So Ben, where is the problem with my code? Blue. Take out. Corrected. It is okay now. Let me explain point after another. Today I will explain it by just having comments here. There's a comment. So this is a variable. We have a variable called what? We have a variable called name, and has been assigned with value what? Which value? Rx. But Rx is a string. Yeah, you can assign a string as a variable. Yeah. Then the next one, and that's why we have. Why is it a string? It is because we have enclosed it within the double quote. Then this string is used to store a text. The text, and the text for us today is what? Rx. And that's what and that's why we have enclosed it with those quotes. Then the next one is age. Age, which is an integer. Let me talk about it. Why is it an integer? Because it is a whole number. So you have age, variable age, which is actually this one. This one is a string. I forgot that. This one is a string. Here too is a what? It will be an integer. Why is it an integer? Because it is a whole number. Because it is a whole number, and that's why you have seen it. Hata hatujaweka double quotes, inachukuliwa tu hivyo. So you have a variable known as age. It has been assigned a value 25. Integers are normally whole numbers. They do not have decimal. They do not have decimal places. So do not have decimal places. Like 0 point something. But for this one, this is a what? This is a variable budget, which is a float and has been assigned a value of what? It has been assigned a value of 45.75 shillings. This is the money that you have. So we have defined that variable. Which is the name of the variable? Budget. Budget as 45.7 cents or shillings. Why is it a float? Because it has a decimal place 0.75. So float will always be used to handle decimal numbers or decimal places. The next one is a list, which we have talked about. We talked about this one several times. Today I said I will cover everything that we have been doing for the last 1 week. So the next one is a shopping list, or the shopping list, which is a list. And inside the list, we have parameters or argument. We have parameters or argument. Which one is milk, bread, and eggs. Remember we said that any list that you are doing, should always be under the square brackets. It should always be under the square brackets. Those square brackets are used to denote that it is a list. After every element or every argument or item, we separate them with double quote, then a comma. So the comma is the one that is used to separate them. So, why we are using double quotes? We are using the double quotes because these item of ours are what? Are strings, and that's why we are using that comma. Then after that, I have went ahead and declared a function. We have declared ourselves a function, and the function is called check budget, which has argument inside money and item list. So our function is called check budget. This function is used to show those parameters, and we have two parameters. The two parameters is money and item list, which we are going to check them. So the function is for checking these two parameters or this argument that are inside it. And you can see at the end here, we have a colon. What is the purpose of the colon? That colon, the main purpose of that colon is to start this indentation. You know, the indentation, a block of code. This block of code that start here. It's very, very important to have this colon there for the purpose of doing this block of code, which you're going to use. I hope that one is very, very clear. After that, we have an if statement. This if statement is used. I think by there I don't need to write anything else. You can understand. This if statement is used to check whatever we supply. So if we supply anything more than 30 shillings, it simply means that the money that we have is enough to go do shopping. But if the money that we have is less than that shilling, then that money is not good. It simply means today we are not going to take supper. But if the money that we have is more than 30 shillings, then we will be able to go and do our shopping. Or you as a student can be able to go and do shopping with that 30 shillings. So it simply means that it checks the amount of money that you have. I don't know if there is a question up to that point. Then after that, we have used the word append. Append is just means we are adding. So this is a method of adding another item, and the item that you are going to add today is what? Juice. The juice is going to be added in our item list. Then it will be passed to the function. If this append will only happen if the condition is true. If the condition is true, then it will be passed. And the condition will be true because our amount of money that we are going to use, the budget that we have is more than 30 shillings, which is 45.75. I hope that one up to that point is clear. Then after we have that, else the budget is not enough, so it will be tight. Then we will return the item list. We return the item list. Then we print the shopping age. We'll print the name, jina ya mwenye kwenda duka, mwenye tunaita ni Alex, age yake, budget yake ni 45 shillings 75 cents. Then we update the budget and let's see what happens. I forgot to maximize this one. But I hope now you can be able to see it. Yeah, let's test and see if it works for us. Let's see if it works. So I'll come here and say Python. Then the name of our file is listing.py. And if you are able to see my computer, we are able to learn. Today we have done a lot of coding, but you can see our result ni kidogo tu lakini inafanya kazi. That is the code that you are supposed to show. That is what you are supposed to cover, and you can see it. We are covering it. I forgot to charge my laptop. Hope now it is charging. I think there is no power. Or what is it? Okay. I'm charging. Well, guys, let us proceed. Let's test again. Let me test again. We normally test. We also test using the command prompt. So I will maximize so that everybody is able to see. I will maximize this one like that. I say Python space list.py. Oh, it was what? It was listing, not list. Python listing.py, and you can see the results. You can see our result of our code. This is the result. It's working. The shopping was meant for a guy called Alex. Remember, we had defined this one, the name Alex. Then he had age, and we had assigned age value of 25. Then he had a budget. He had a budget of 45.75 cents, which is in Kenyan shillings. Then, because this is more than 30 shillings, then the budget is enough for us to go and do what? Shopping. It is enough for us to go and do shopping of bread, milk, and eggs. Then, later on, I added this juice as append. If it was less than 30 shillings, it would not have showed this. Let's change that one and see if it is not more than 30 shillings, what will happen. Let's see. So let me change this one to 25 shillings and see what will happen to our code. Like that. I'll come back here. Test. Unaona venye nimekwambia saa hii. The budget is what? The budget is tight. The budget is tight. The budget for Alex is tight. His age is 25. Why is it tight? Because it is less than what? 30 shillings. It is what? 25 shillings. So we are not able to append our juice. That is the essence of the code. I think that is it. Now I'm done. That is what I wanted to teach today. Let me stop recording so that